Welcome back, everyone, to Real Chill Conversations. How you doing today, Brenda?
I am good on this stormy tornado watch Sunday. Girl, I will be so happy when we get past this weather.
All day. Been storming all day. I hope all of you have had a great week and we can start a new week tomorrow. I did want to touch on this subject today for this fake emergency 911 calls. I'm sure this is not the only one.
Right.
I remember back when we had, um, when Carly Russell actually did a fake 911 call. Well,
Yes. And we talked
it
about
was,
that. Yep. On this podcast. Absolutely.
we did. So now we're having semi of the same situation here in Atlanta not too long ago with that ended up
And
having young Scooter lost his
he
life
lost his life. Yep.
on his birthday,
On his
which
birthday.
is a very sad situation and very unfortunate. Condolences to his family and his friends. I do want to say that first.
Absolutely.
Um, yeah, I mean, he was very known in Atlanta. He had features, with other big name artists.
Yep.
Um, Police was called to William Nye Drive in Southeast Atlanta. Police have stated they received a call from a woman, um, and that call led them to the location
And
where,
let's just I don't want to cut you off, but
go ahead.
let's just state out there for those of you that don't know, and maybe you'll hear part of it in the 911 call. But the 911 call, part of the reason for the call needing assistance was that there was a claim that there was a woman that was naked and bloodied outside of the residence in which they were called to go to. So that led to the rush in police response to go to that location.
Yes, and we're going to be listening to that call today. I will be pausing it because we're just going to give, our inputs and our opinions about it. Um, yeah, I just to if you haven't heard it, then you can listen to it here. I'm sure a lot of people have already heard it. But I will go ahead and play it, and as we go, we'll pause it and kind of like talk about it a little bit. So here we go. Hi. Do you need police, fire, EMS? Actually, both, if you consider both. There was literally a shooting. The house, literally the neighbors next door, the house of the address that I just gave you, the 273. There is literally a whole domestic dispute going on. There's like seven guys that live in this house. And what's your then, name? I'm sorry, what is my name? Uh huh. Okay. Okay. Tell me exactly what happened. Okay, so I'm a neighborhood watch, and basically the net. Okay, so she started with I'm a neighborhood watch.
I'm Neighborhood Watch, correct, which was incorrect. She is not Neighborhood Watch.
Exactly. Yeah. So c- let's just keep listening a little bit more because this is a. I just can't believe this. I can, but I can't.
Right,
Just
right, right.
like I said, these guys they're like selling drugs in and out of the house. All you see is guys coming in and out of the house with guns. So this was supposed to be a domestic violence call,
Call.
but you could tell in the beginning, she stated there guys, several guys, seven guys coming in the house. They have
With
guns.
guns. Yep, there's a
Um,
shooting.
so it just sounds like somebody that's trying to get somebody in trouble. But let's continue to
Yep.
listen. They hold their guns in the air, and then it's like I'm not sure if they're pimping, but it's like the now she went to pimping. Okay,
Uh-huh.
situation that's going on right now. This girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl. He literally fought the girl. I'm not sure what they was fighting over. If they was fighting over drugs, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like they were fighting over drugs. Um,
Can you want to do an input on that?
Yeah, I mean, the way that she just keeps going on and adding more and more to the story, what I'm wondering is how is she able to give so much explanation and so much detail when she's talking about she's neighborhood watch, but earlier in the call, if you're listening, she was talking about her neighbors and the neighbors had said. So what is she saying? That the neighbors called the neighborhood watch person to call 911? The neighbors couldn't take it upon themselves if they heard a disturbance going on or saw that there was people holding guns in the air and shooting. They couldn't call 911 themselves. They had to contact her as the point person. Doesn't make sense to
Okay.
me.
Let's keep listening.
and then they started shooting. She had someone come over there, and they started shooting. But the house needs to be investigated. They're definitely doing so. They're doing illegal stuff over there, and it's
So is it that is a domestic case or the house need to be investigated? To me, it just sounds like
A setup.
right. Like I really want y'all to come right now, so I'm throwing in everything I can
Right.
to make it to paint it more than what it is to
Right.
get someone to that house.
Get someone in trouble. Absolutely.
Let's keep listening.
disturbing the area. Fire. I would say three. It was three shots. When did it happen? It's happening now. Okay.
It's happening now.
Happening now.
So I believe the girl is hurt. And they're coming from 273 William Nye Drive. That's not, yes. And the girl is hurt because she was like bleeding profusely, like blood everywhere. Okay. Do you see or hear anything else? Yeah, she's trying to get away and they're holding her. She's being held hostage. Like she's trying to, they brought her, the guy that was fighting her, she ran outside naked and then he was fighting her outside. And then there was another commotion. She tried to get away. He dragged her back in the house. So now they're at the door, literally fighting. She's trying to get out. He's refusing to let her out. And it's like seven guys in the house.
She is really
Now,
dragging at this point.
now listen, I don't know about y'all. I've watched plenty of crime television shows and 911 call shows and things like that. She keeps using the word commotion. If there's so much commotion and shooting and carrying on going on, why are we not hearing that in the background?
But
Why
you
is
know
it
what? Not that also, but this is like when you're going this far, this is what I mean. When you're going this far on a 911 call, an emergency call, you are instigating the situation of the police coming in with force. You get what I'm
right?
saying?
Right, because they think they're entering a hostile environment. And they're
Exactly.
not sure if it's a domestic, which we all know statistics show that a lot of domestic violence calls wind up ending in a situation of violence just because of the state of the call, or if it's the matter of the alleged illegal activity that's going on in the house, and there's several people that have been stated to be carrying firearms and shooting weapons.
Right.
So that's going to put the police in a response mode.
Very high alert.
Very high
Very
alert.
high alert.
Yep.
Let's keep listening.
Okay. Give me one moment. There's also a child in danger as well because she has a baby.
Oh,
So y'all not
stop.
moving fast enough.
Stop
I'm
it.
throwing in the baby.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Okay, you said the female is naked? Yeah, she's naked and she's bleeding profusely from her head. Okay. Can you give me a description of the male? The male is like has like a caramel complexion, low haircut. Is he black, white, Hispanic, or Asian? He's black and he drives. I believe. What color shirt and pants do he have on? Blue, regular blue jeans and like a regular like t-shirt. I'm not sure. I didn't really get it. Okay, I'm not sure if it was blue or black. Okay, dark t-shirt. And what about the female? She's light skinned and she has black hair. She's probably about 5'3", 130 pounds. What? Okay. And you said she's naked. Okay. Give me one moment. Let me get EMS on the line. Okay. You have reached Grady EMS. Do not hang up. Your call will be answered in the order received. You have reached Grady EMS. Do not hang up. Your call will be answered in the order received.
Well, that in itself is frightening. EMS is not answering the phone.
Right.
You have reached Grady EMS. Do not hang up. Hello, ma'am. Can you tell me what they're doing right now? Right now they're still battling. She's trying to get out, and the person is refusing to let her get out.
I'm not understanding this.
Mm-mm.
You have reached Grady EMS. Do not hang up. Your call will be answered in the order received.
I'm not understanding the purpose of this call.
EMS, what's the address of the emergency? Hey, Grady, it's Atlanta. With a transfer to call is advised in 273 William Nye Drive, Southeast. Let me give you a little bit about what's going on at this location. There's a male at the location that's fighting a female. She is naked. A shooting. Shots were fired. About 3 shots were fired. Repeat the address for me. 273
Okay.
William Nye.
This is a very sad situation. I mean, th- okay, so after this young lady made this call to 911, police were dispatched. A man answered the door. That's what the police stated.
Mm-hmm.
Um, where young Scooter was, and based on the police statements, one man came. They ran out.
Right.
One man opened the door
Open the door.
and then closed the door,
Closed door.
and then ran. Two men ran out the back of
Right.
the house.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but young Scooter, I believe he jumped two fences, if that's what police stated.
Yeah, they said he
On the
jumped one or two fences, but at least the second fence that he attempted to clear, he got caught on. And then it was a fatal thigh injury that caused him to bleed out and lead to his passing.
and lost his life. At this point, it really doesn't even matter. I don't think it really even matters to me of why he ran. I mean, of course, like I wish he would have never run. But at this point, someone lost their life.
I mean, and you know what, Dominique, like I completely see your point there, and I'm with you on I wish he wouldn't have run. But you have to think about all the different circumstances and situations in which police have been called on people that were minding their own business and wound up losing their lives. So I don't blame that man for being afraid. Maybe, yes,
Exactly.
it would
Yeah.
have been, if he could have just stayed and answered some questions, maybe the whole thing could have just been resolved quickly because when they arrived on scene, there was no naked, bloody female. There was
Yeah,
no,
and then you don't know how you're gonna react in that situation either.
right,
So yeah, that's
right.
why I said to me it doesn't even matter of the reason why he ran.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the police arrived, they didn't find a woman in distress, they didn't
There was no child in
there was no
distress.
child, as stated. Um, it just reminds me so much of the Carly Russell situation, except this one led to someone losing their
Losing
life
their life.
behind these fake 911 calls.
Right.
And this is so not okay at all.
Absolutely not okay. Um, I also was doing some additional research, and the 911 caller has been backpedaling her story and her reason for calling 911. She was stating that she was in an abusive relationship and she was being abused, so she was doing what she needed to do to protect herself. This is a
Yeah,
girl.
but
This is a girl who has made her appearance on reality show TV on the Zeus network on Baddies Club. This is a girl who had it out, apparently, for her so called boyfriend. She must not have cared about him that much if she wanted to pull this stunt and call the police on him on his birthday. I mean, the whole thing just doesn't make any sense. It was senseless. It was unnecessary. It didn't have to happen.
well,
Um,
when she came on live on Instagram, because she did go live on,
yep, she did.
she was describing someone totally different from him,
Yep,
like saying it was his friend and she had no idea that he was going to be there.
yep.
I just wouldn't have come out and say anything.
Mm-mm. I would have kept my mouth completely closed. She set herself up for the situation. Now she's trying to backpedal from it. She has been arrested. There is a bond that was given to her, but as of 30 minutes ago when I checked,
Hmm.
she had not yet posted her bond. So I believe she's still in custody until that bond has been posted.
And
Now,
honestly, some people say she is safer there.
well, she's gonna be safer there because do you understand the retaliation that is gonna happen amongst the community, his fans, his family, the people that are so upset and hurt that he died literally for no reason? I mean, literally for no reason, this man lost his life.
Absolutely. And I mean, I just don't know what our society has come to, y'all. When has it been okay to make emergency calls and cause panic and chaos, just because you're mad or you're upset? I mean, I don't know the reason for her call.
I don't either, but
I don't know what state of mind she was in. I don't know
yep,
what prompted her to do that. But the fact that they didn't find anything and someone lost their life, um, yeah, I can't, I just can't get through that.
yeah, I can't get through it either, and I don't have any sympathy for her. I hope that, with this situation, um, the district attorney and the police, really take this matter under serious advisement and go harsher with punishment with this girl. I mean, Carly Russell really didn't suffer consequences from her actions. Guarded, yes, there was no loss of life in her case, but there still was the abuse of the 911 emergency system. I know they do file charges for people filing false 911 calls. I don't know that if it falls under a misdemeanor or a felony, but there are charges that can be filed against you for that. I don't know if it requires you to, serve time in jail or what have you, but when you drill down to the basics of what happened, this man would still be alive had she not called 911. So the way that I'm thinking about it and the way that my mind works is she is in part responsible for his death.
I feel the same way. I feel like the prosecution is definitely, in this case, gonna come with it, only because there was somebody who lost their life behind it,
Right.
and I feel that they're gonna drill hard into that. Now, the punishment, the law for lying to law enforcement, making fake 911 calls. I don't know. The law, how it is here in Georgia, how much time you'll get for it, but it's definitely punishable. Um, and yeah,
Absolutely.
hopefully everybody else can, I mean, take heed to this because, this is not okay. It's not okay to be, calling 911 and making false police reports, because it can end in someone losing their life.
Right.
And the way she put it, it was like, come with force.
Right.
So I can only picture law enforcement doing that
Right.
because of all the accusations that were listed on that call.
Right.
It was meant for them to come with force. Hey, this is
Mhm.
a very bad situation.
Yep, they need to be on high alert. They need to be prepared. And that's what they were prepared for. I am grateful and I am relieved that he didn't lose his life as a result of police intervention. That's a positive because we've had enough of that, 12 lifetimes over to still deal with. And, a lot of people are still, traumatized from those situations. And we're still healing and recovering from all the instances where people have lost their lives, unfortunately, due to the hands of the police. But, we need to really be sending a strong message that 911 is nothing to play with. It is for emergencies. It is for an emergent situation. It's not because you're pissed at the person that
Right.
you're with or, your baby daddy or your baby mama or your partner or whoever the case may be, your roommate, whatever the case may be. And, it's not like we're in some rural country town where there's not a whole lot of crime. Honey, we're in Atlanta, okay?
Exactly.
We are in a place where police,
And they don't play.
have specific units to deal with violent crimes and violent behaviors and task force and things like that. So she knew what she was doing when she picked up that phone. She knew what she was doing
Well,
when she picked up that phone.
this was the topic for today. I mean, my last remarks would be, this is childish games and putting people's lives on the line for some bull crap. I
Yeah,
mean, like Brenna said, APD can be aggressive, and any police for that matter, and they
absolutely.
have to be.
Yep.
So I mean, I would just, I just wanted to bring this into the topic because this is a very sad situation. I just can't believe that people, would actually do something like that.
I know. I'm with you. It's definitely a sad situation. And it just points out to, how broken our system is. And it just unleashes a whole lot of hurt that we have still yet to recover from with all the different police incidences in the past, with the Carly Russell situations and all the different times police have been called and people have lost their lives. So this was very upsetting and disturbing to hear. And I really do hope that, his family receives justice for this because they certainly deserve it.
I agree. Anything that you have for us for next week?
Not yet. Still working on it, but I'll keep you guys posted in the group chat. So make sure that you check us out there, see what it is that we're talking about, and we'll jump on board with a new topic for you guys for next weekend.
All right, everyone. Peace out and have a great rest of your day.
Happy Sunday. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.